Here's the hidden, unspoken Tesla stock advantage that I don't see talked about almost at all, very, very rarely. And it comes to this. Think about Apple, and think if Tim Cook came out on stage and said, from today on, the most important product that Apple will work on will be apples. We will grow apples. We will focus all of company's resources to this most important, most delicious, and best apples in the whole world, and we will bet the whole company on it. Think about if that happened. The backlash would be absolutely insane. It would not be good for the stock price. On the contrast, Elon Musk comes out and says that he's betting the whole company on full self-driving, and everyone says, good. Retail investors, they buy Tesla stock because they believe in full self-driving. Then Elon Musk comes out and buys Solar City. Everyone also, when it comes to retail investors, they love it. And now even more mainstream analysts are more on board with that. If you saw the previous video, more analysts now, more than 50% of analysts on Wall Street say to buy Tesla stock. And not just Wall Street, just Tesla stock analysts. Many of us did not see that one coming. And of course now, earlier this year, in the beginning of this year, Elon Musk said on the earnings call that Tesla bot is actually the most important product that Tesla is working on right now. That is a big deal. There's no other company that can really make such a big transition. I mean, think about this. How ridiculous would it be for example, a CEO of Toyota to come out and say, I am betting the whole company on electrification. Can you believe that the CEO of Toyota still says that he is not betting the company on electrification because he wants to be, quote unquote, different? I know what you're saying. You're saying there's no way that is true. But check this out. This is a CNBC article just came out a few days ago. And it says, despite criticism, Toyota CEO last week doubled down on his strategy to continue investing in a range of electrified vehicles instead of going all in on electric cars and trucks. Toyota believes adoption of EVs will be slower than many think, and that gas banning regulations will be difficult to accomplish. For me, playing to win also means doing things differently. This is what I meant. Doing things that others may question, but that we believe will put us in the winner circle the longest. Interestingly, the dealer meeting in Las Vegas was titled Playing to Win. Oh boy. At Toyota, we like to keep our head down and not talk about our success. Well, actually, that's very good, because in the future, success is not looking very bright for Toyota. So our companies really struggle with any kind of major transition or major innovation. Even companies that should be number one, such as Toyota. I mean, they were working on Prius in early 2000s. You would think they would be one of the first ones to work on electrifying the industry, or GM that literally got rid of their EVs decades ago. This sounds a lot like Kodak that invented digital photography and they kept that away and then went bankrupt. That sounds a lot like that. But with Tesla, it's very different because Elon Musk can keep coming up with new products, new ideas, basically new startups within the company without actually getting penalized for that. Any other company, like my hilarious example of Apple growing apples, if they make this crazy major transition that doesn't seem to really be obviously very clearly connected and easily understood on a level that it would be understood even by Tesla stock shorts. Such companies as Apple, they cannot make those crazy transitions. And if they did, the stock would be penalized. But Elon Musk can have startups within Tesla without being penalized. Now, the stock is down this week, but it's not because of AI Day. I believe it's because of deliveries, and many people now think that there is a problem with deliveries, such as, for example, Chicken Genius Singapore released this video saying that the demand is softening, that there's a demand issue, and for Tesla, if there is an actual demand issue, that would be disastrous. So I think that's why the stock is down, because they think there's a demand issue. I really don't believe that. I just made a video, 11 reasons why there is no demand problem for Tesla. You can watch it if you haven't yet. It's a good video. Then we look at S&P 500 and how long companies stay in S&P 500. When we compare that today compared to how long companies would stay in the index, 50 years ago or just a few decades ago, it's shrinking. The time is less and less and less and less and less. So the real Tesla stock advantage that I see is, why would you want to own S&P 500 when you know a lot of those companies will be getting out of there because they just fail? Then you can own Tesla that does not get penalized when they do a startup within the company, and they can pull it off successfully over and over and over and over and over again. And that is, I believe, the real hidden Tesla stock advantage, is that Tesla can pivot over and over and over and over and over again. Think about just this alone. The Cybertruck. Imagine if any other car company that is already established came out with that, and they said, we're going to bet a big portion of our company on this product. What reaction do you think it would have to the stock? It would be a bloodbath, I think. They would go, what is going on with the CEO? Did he lose his mind? Or her? We're getting out of the stock. Not so much with Tesla. So Elon Musk has a lot of room for innovation and doing new things that other companies just simply do not, because when they do that, they get penalized. And also, Elon Musk built Tesla with the culture of innovation. And if someone is not innovating, basically, eventually they get fired. And that's how he gets a lot of innovation. So he incentivizes innovation, and he makes sure that there's huge penalties for failing to innovate, but not so much of a penalty if you try to innovate and you fail. And this is the reality of what you need to do to keep growing fast. You have to completely reinvent yourself or your company. It was one thing for me to go, from 0 to 1 million in net worth, and then a completely different thing to go from 1 million to 10. I had to completely reinvent myself, basically. Now, there are many other reasons to own Tesla stock. This is just one that I don't see talked much about. There are 48 reasons that I made a video about why I only own Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. That's the only stock. It's right here. Watch this right now. My name is Matt Postius, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching.